So, hi all. So today we are going to discuss about Maven. Okay. So what is a Maven? So Maven is a like kind of a project management tool, right? Project management tool. So basically, how you are organizing your project. So basically, coming to the development. So there are some kind of setup procedure to follow our like a folder structure, rules, and organization of your data and scripts, right? So basically, coming to testing point of view, also we have kind of Maven. We used to use this Maven tool. So basically, in like kind of currently we are using open source utilities, right? So this is one of the popular project management utility. And coming to like paid version of tools like UFT. So UFT has some kind of UI structure, and there are some kind of own VUI, and it is a paid version. So, and they were organized proper folder structure, right? So, but here coming to our Selenium or Playwright, any open source tool. So, for Java point of view, we used to use a Maven as a project management tool. So, Maven has some kind of capability to manage our Java projects such a way that okay. So let's see that one by one what are the feature it has and how it was there. We have to use it. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. So basically, we'll talk about what is like introduction about the Maven and basic Maven project structure. Okay. And also there is a one important file, POM file. So there are POM model. Model is there. It is a file actually here. So okay, POM file which contains some kind of HTML structure, and we have to define in the HTML kind of dependencies, other things. Okay, and also repositories we have, and also Maven build profiles. Okay, so profiles we if we are using multiple profile to execute or to like based on that environments, we can create a different kind of profiles, QA profile, stage profile, production profile. So based on that build parameters, that kind of execution will be taken on that kind of environment. Okay, and there are plugins actually. Okay, Maven plugins. So for our testing case, so we used to use like a Surefire plugin to execute our testing. Okay, and there are some other kind of conclusions. Okay, so let's see that what is a Maven, right? So Maven is a kind of management, build management tool. Okay, so how you can organize your framework or folder structure. So basically, so once you write your framework, okay, once you write your script, you're going to use in not only in your local, you have to execute in a cloud environment and a virtual machine, right? So how to use it? Okay, there are this Maven will provide some kind of life cycle. Okay, life cycle, build life cycle. We call as a build life cycle. So which will support for project life cycle. Project can build, project can run, project can report, project can generate a report. So those are the things. Okay. So that will be taken care by this Maven. And also we have some kind of dependencies. What is meant by dependency in the sense? Suppose a playwright is a dependency. Playwright has an independent library. We are integrating to our Java library. So automatically this kind of dependencies will inject in the dependency section in the POM file. I will show you that as well. Okay. And so Maven is a top level open source, okay, Apache software foundation project, and it is a popular for build the tool, okay, and it also integrating with Jenkins. It also integrating easily in Jenkins, okay, and it is a like a dependency management tool. So dependency in the sense, suppose there is a one individual library you can inject in your project. Suppose I want to implement a kind of external file, Excel sheet. Okay, so Excel sheet we don't have like a predefined or paid version, right? So we can go for open source. Open source has a like file library. So file library will be integrated easily by using this one. Okay. Yes. So the main objective is to use it for build and use. Okay. And it is a providing a uniform build system in the sense. So what is this my meaning, right? Suppose there are kind of things like suppose I'm using like a five libraries, five external libraries. One is I told you, right? for Excel, read Excel, write Excel, POI, and also Playwright version. Okay, Playwright version, and also like reporting extend report, for example. Okay, and there is another thing is a test engine. So these are the external libraries. So let me write it here. Yeah. So POI, okay, POI is for Excel sheet read and write. Okay, and right, and next one is like Playwright. Okay, it is automating our web UI. Okay, and there is, I told you what one? Yeah, report, extend report. Okay, reporting. Okay, reporting library, and also test engine. Okay, test engine library. So these are the external library which can be integrated to our project and make our automation is robust. Okay, but these all the libraries are open source libraries, and we have some kind of different versions. Okay, suppose if you go with that current test engine, like I think 7 place or 9 place, 9 place. So suppose if I'm using 9, if you're using 7, okay. So if you're using 7, some feature will not be work. So it is if you use this build management, so everybody in the same platform, uniform build system. So our libraries will be in the same version. So we can avoid that issues. Okay, build management issues or non-supported code level, or whatever the improvement has been done that was not there sometime if you are not following a uniform build system. So suppose if I am using test ng, if I specify in the project level 9.0, so if you download this project, Maven project, automatically in your system the same version will be there. Okay, so that's what is it is a uniform build system. All dependencies must be in the same version, and providing the quality project information. So readability and maintainability. Okay, so and also we can enhance that. Suppose you want to migrating a new feature. Suppose STNG last few years it is a, so 1.6 is a popular one. Now it is a 9.0 is popular. You can migrate by changing of this uh, version changing, and if at all anything mitigation you have to do, you have to see the code level debugs. So we can easily to do that. Okay, so that is what it is. Yeah, and next, yeah, the coming to the feature wise, right, is a very simple, project setup. So how to set up? Let me show you again. So here in our IntelliJ, so go to file, and here we can see there is a project section. So in the project section, so here you can see. Let me highlight the section. Okay, if you know also you can refer please, because it's very much important. Okay, so here the generators are there. Okay, so generator, so which is built in, it is for Maven archetype. Okay, so Maven archetype, so which means it is provided Maven build project. So we have to select this one, then we can fill this kind of data. Either already by default you can change this name. Okay, provide the name, and here also you can use the build system. So there are two build system currently. So one is a Maven and another one is a Gradle. Gradle also very like popular one. So few of the companies are using it. Okay, Gradle. Okay, so Gradle also we can create. Okay, so this is the one area you need to identify. So your IntelliJ is already integrated, which has this section. So whether you're able to see this option, Maven archetype in, so your IntelliJ by default it is available to create a Maven project in your system. Okay, yeah. So let me clear this one, and so let me provide the project name. Okay, project name is like you can give a project name, test Maven project, and you can see that location. So which location you want to store. So by default, I can here only and selected a Maven. You can see if it is a Gradle, you can select a Gradle. So currently we are using Maven build system, right? So we used to select this one. So if at all we have kind of advanced settings, so if you want, you can change it. If not, it will be by default. So artifact ID, right? Here you can see artifact ID. So this is our project name. So this name and this name must be same. Okay. artifact ID and project ID must be same, and group ID is in the sense of the folder structure. So within that test Maven project, so there is a org folder, okay, and some example folder is created by default. So let me create it and see. So I'm opening as a new window, and let me clear the existing draws. Yeah. So whenever you create, right? So whenever you create, by default it shows and it highlights this file. This is a very important file called POM file. POM. POM dot XML. Okay. POM dot XML. So it is a like XML markup language. Okay. So there is a starting XML node, ending XML. It's kind of HTML only, but it is a XML. So every node we have a kind of project node and ending with the starting with the project node, ending with the project node. And there are some kind of property section. And here you can see that project version, project name. Okay. So this is a kind of XML documentation. So the model version of XML is 4.00. Okay. So this is a kind of XML schema kind of thing. It is a predefined. So this by default, this kind of code will be automatically it will be generated, right? Yeah. So now there are few sections I'm going to add here. So one is a dependency section. Okay. So dependency section. So what is mean by dependencies? So I told you, right. So we are integrating POM like Playwright library. So what version of Playwright? Okay. So this is the one. And next one is TestNG. I want to use TestNG. LL library. It is external library. So we want to add it. Okay. And extend report. I want to create a extend report. So that there is a separate library for that. So we extend library. So these are under POM, right? POM library, UI. So these are the external libraries where we can integrate our project. Okay, these are the open source. So to do that, we have a one section called dependencies. Okay, so this dependency section, you can add a number of dependencies. So under dependency tag, okay, starting and ending with a slash, okay, so you can add a dependency section. You can add a number of dependencies. Okay, so what is a dependency in the sense? Suppose a test engine is a framework is developed by some other community. So what they will do is they will create a jar file or build file, and they will define that the artifact name and the group ID and the version. Okay, so within the dependency, group ID, artifact ID, version will be there. Okay, so those we need to capture and integrate here. Then once you provide that kind of dependency, automatically this Maven will download and integrate to this particular project. Okay, so how to get the dependencies? So how to get the dependencies in the sense? So we need to go a Maven. We need to go Maven repo. So this is a Maven repository. Okay. So this is a Maven repository. So what is meant by repository in the sense? Suppose this is a public a domain kind of common repository. So whoever developer open source activities, they will upload their kind of binaries. Suppose if I want to search with the test.ng, so test.ng. So the test.ng, whoever the owner, so they already like Apache, the owner is Apache. They were created a Maven repo and they uploaded their Maven repo and they provided the version. Okay, the detail of the section, and here you can see the version. Current version 7.102. So if I click this one, okay, so now here you can see the section. Okay, Maven. So if you have project Gradle, you can Gradle section, you can click it. So there are many Catalan, Gradle, Catalan, SBIT, and other tools are there, but we are not sure that. So currently, I know these two things only. So here, from license wise, category wise, tagging wise, from who developed this one, and what time it is. Okay, we have POM file or not, and jar file is there, and it is a central repository from coming from central repository of Maven. Okay, all those thing detail will be there, right? And also you can see this section, this area. This area is a very important. So we are copying that the dependency section. Okay, so this dependency will copy into our Maven project automatically. What has been developed, this feature of this test we are going to use in our framework directly. Okay, so what is the dependency? It has a group ID and artifact ID is the version of that. So I told you right. If I change this, suppose if I individually if we create this project, I may use 6.10, you may use 6.7.10. So there would be a lot of difference in the gap of the version, because the version to version there are kind of updates will be done, right? Improvement has been done. So those improvement will not be there in my local. So that is the case. We have to use a standard version, unified versions. This is the area you can define unified version. Okay. Yeah. So let me copy this particular test ng. Let me copy. Just you can copy this one. Okay. And once you copy this one, and where we need to add, I told you, right? So let me remove the existing one. So in the dependency section. Okay, in the dependency section, just add it. And you can see there is the latest IntelliJ. You can see this M icon. So here also you can see M icon, but M icon is telling that loading Maven changes. So right now I added one additional library additional dependency. So I want to download. So it is where from it is downloading. It is downloading from this particular location. So this is the location actually. It is from there. It is a jar file is there, and something it will be downloaded internally, but we are not able to see here. But it is downloaded, and now you can see that in that here the section of the below you can see that some progress downloading. Yeah, indexing is happening, right? Which means it is downloaded. So which means the test engine right now you go and write a code of test engine, it will import all the folders and automatically it will run properly. Okay, so that is what it is. Let me show you the one test case. Okay, and let me create a one test class. Now TestNG is the testing framework, right? So I will take another session for that, but right now just I'm using it here. Public void test one. You see, right now I could able to let me write a result. Okay, so let me run this one. It run automatically. So suppose I added a binary, right? So I added a dependency. That is the case. It is running perfect. Okay, the test case is executed. Test case executed. Suppose if I delete this binary. So let me. I don't want this binary. Or if I am not integrated. So let me. If I not integrated. If I not added in the dependency section, right? If I am not adding a dependency section, even I'm trying to run or access this kind of code, testing code. So will it work? No, I think, but let's see. What is it is not reloaded. It is working. Maybe build option. Let me clear this. Yeah, without the binary, it will throw the error actually. Import itself it shows that, but not sure what it is. Okay. So let me show you one example, another example. So let me create a one test case. Yeah. Within that, if I create a playwright object, right now, playwright object. Okay. And capital playwright dot playwright, not a play. Layout. Yeah. So now it is created. So see, this is not importing. So it is throwing the red color error. Okay, you cannot resolve because if it is the method kind of class, that kind of method is not delivered. Okay, so what we can do, we can pull from that Maven repo. So Playwright. In the Playwright, you can go here and what is the version? Current version. So let me copy this version. Now you can integrate with your Maven project.pom.xml. So within the dependency, and you can download it. Okay, so it is downloading. So it is from where it is downloading, right? I told you the Maven common repository is there. So all open sources activity will be maintained by the Apache Maven repo. So this repo will have this version of binary. It will automatically download. It has a capability to download attached to this project. Okay. Yes. And right now, so the link, right? It is telling like link. This is the link. So HTTPS Maven repo dot artifact com dot Microsoft Playwright and Playwright, right? So this is the open source one. Sometime what happened in the real time, okay, in our company level. So what happened? So this link will not be there. Okay, it is a kind of, I think I can say like 80% of companies will not download from this link. Okay, so 80 to 90% companies will not download from here because what will happen? So this is right, company in the sense there is a secure. We have to maintain some security for the hack from the hackers, right? So due to security reason, what they will do is they will download this particular version by using this link, and they will perform some security checks. Okay, they perform the security checks and they maintain their own website, some common repository. There is a common Maven repository, how they are maintaining. Similarly, they will maintain. So that time we have to change this location. Okay, so that is a setting.xml in the POM folder. So where it will be there, I will show you. So if you go to the your user level, where is my user? Like network home user site. Hmm, networks. Oh my God, there is no computer. But let me. Yeah. So here, C users. Okay, C users the folder, and here we can see M2 or Maven somewhere. Yeah, it is a folder M2 folder. So in the M2 folder, okay. So I right now there is a repository section. So Maven, we are downloading from Maven repo, so it will be created, and in that you can see all the downloads will happen. Okay, so you can see a lot of downloads will be there. So the TestNG download it's not removed. That is because we did not get the error. So let me check the Playwright MS mm, org. Let me check that location. So basically, all the repository, right? All M2 repository will be stayed here. So let me common MS log for JNet. So JNet library. So this is the JNet library. So due to that one, it is not throwing the error, I think. And TestNG. Okay. I think MS for Microsoft. Not there. Okay, let me check it. Let me do. I will delete this thing. It is part of series. It is. So yeah, I'm not deleting because it is kind of 8 GB. Okay. So IO, right? It is IO. So you see, Appium. In the Appium, it is a kind of another automation tool, mobile, and Gatling. It is a different kind of performance tool. Basically, all the required dependency will be downloaded and stay into your repository. Let me recheck that MS com.microsoft.playwright M2 report playwright location. Location. User into repository. You see, by default it will be there. User M2 repo. So every repository, every local repository, Maven local repository instance, whenever you added the pom.xml file, that will be added here. Oh, actually, I forgot that one, that package name. Let's see that. Okay. Anyway, it's no problem. So that companies, right? The companies will provide this kind of thing. Okay. So they will create a new XML file. Okay, dot XML file, and they will provide the URL, and that URL will be changed for company to company because it is a common utility from the Maven repo. Okay, central repository of Maven artifact. But the same Maven artifact, it will be downloaded and security checks will be performed and they can confirm it is a stable one, and they used to maintain same different server. Okay, same library in the different server. That server ID will be, that server link will be defined in the system setting.xml. So that from there we can download it. That is a one kind of enhancement in the real time. Okay, so you see, setting.xml, which has your company. Suppose you are working on some company, X company. This company will maintain all the such kind of Maven repositories. Whatever the project required, they will maintain separately after performing the security checks. Okay, yeah, that's what. Now, um, yeah. So basically, this talk about I explained entire dependencies. Similarly, you can add a n number of dependencies, whatever you require. Okay. So let's say move on to PPT and let's see. Yeah. To set up the project, easy to work with multiple project. Yeah, we can create a multiple project easily. Write a plugin and new feature enhancement for it is available only. No problem. Yeah. Project structure, right? In the POM file, right now we discussed the Maven repository, dependencies also we done. So let's see that life cycle phases and profiles. And before going to that, we'll see the kind of some framework structure. So it is a kind of the kind of this picture is for in Eclipse, but both will be same. Okay, so you can see the project name, right? It is a Evo, okay, Evo vacation. So this is a project name. And in the project under the project name, we have a kind of project source directory that is called SRC in the shortcut. Okay, SRC is means source directory, source code. The source code will have that. Okay, so within that source code we have a package. Package that pages, which means what are the pages are developed or using in this framework. You will maintain some kind of segregation, modularization. All pages classes will be there in that. Okay, and there is a kind of testing tool, right? A tool. If you have any specific tool in the testing phase you are going to use, you can put it here. Okay, and this is kind of Java, right? SRC main Java. So it is kind of development. Okay, so if you want to write a test cases, okay, so this is one SRC test Java. So basically, the test classes will be defined here. Okay, all the test classes will be derived in the under the test Java only, right? So there is another folder called resource folder. Okay, so this resource folder, which will we can add a kind of configuration files or data related file, JSON data, text data, something like text files, property file. Okay, so during the test phase, what are the required inputs for the testing are global level, test case level, all those configuration details and test data details and property initialization details will be added in the under resource. And also, if you have any use any external test data also, you can put it together. Okay. Yeah. So then it is a kind of libraries. Okay, lib in this library folders. Okay. So library folder which comes like any external from Selenium, right? WebDriver ex is required. So those kind of executable files you can kept here. Okay. So then after running a particular project, Maven project, we used to get the new folder after run done, whether it is a fail or pass. We will get this automatically the after completion of test run. Okay, this target folder will be created. So in the target folder, we have like kind of a site folder and we have kind of sourcefire and sourcefire report folder will be there. Okay, so there is a reporting kind of test data compilations. Those kind of dev file will be available. And finally, it is a POM file. So POM file we know, right? So what are the things we can have? Dependencies, profiling, life cycle, test execution, configuration, and like source file plugins. You can add it here. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Let's see that POM file as well. So as I already we know that this is a section, right? So the project version, build version, artifact versions, project name. So I think we covered this one. Okay. Yes. And you can see the POM file will have a kind of identification. So what is the project and those and dependencies. We added some kind of dependencies. Now we are going to learn compilations and reporting other things. These are the pendings. So you can learn no problem. So dependency section is pretty much covered. So whenever you have any other kind of external libraries you want to adapt it, you can add it. Okay. And this is a kind of your schema version, project name, and project version. And then the compilation and test execution. And other in the sense you want to integrate with Jenkins, other generating a test report, right? So those will be there. Okay. So let's see that next one. And yeah. So these are that some kind of tags already we aware of that. So just by seeing that, you can come to know. So please go and read it. And this is also, I think, artifacts. Yeah. So this also I covered. So I told you, right? There is a local repository. It is in M2 user location. Okay. So user M2 location is a local repository. Okay. Remote repository in the sense whether it is a global level, either a company level. Okay. So it is our local machines. Okay. Repository at a local machine. So automatically when you add a dependency and run it, local that it will fetch from the remote to local. Okay. If it is not there. Or if updation is done, we can also recheck that updation as well. So updation in the sense, suppose we are using testing 7.0, we got a 7.2. So if you change in the POM.file, POM.xml, the version, automatically local repository will fetch the new one. Okay, yes, and so these I think we covered. I think yes, yeah, and yeah, profiling. So this is another kind of activity. So profiling. So till now, any doubt or any clarification about till now? We are good, right? Yeah. So let me stop here, starting up profiling. So we'll take a 5 minutes break and we can rejoin. It is about to